Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying the weather. If you're on the East Coast, you're someplace warm and safe and cozy, maybe working on an art project. I am on the West Coast where we're actually having sunshine, which is pretty unusual for this time of year. It's like day 5 of sunshine. Anyways, I'm in my studio working on this. Looks so pretty, doesn't it? And then I do this. Voila! I have been completely struggling with my first IOD inlay. And I was struggling, actually. I was like, I shouldn't share that with anybody. But then part of me is like, when I push through the struggle and I don't walk away from my art projects, at least, it's an incredibly enhancing experience. And so that's where I'm at right now. So what I've been working on is this treasure chest right here. And it's, I originally painted it blue with some white on it. And then I thought it would be the perfect project for an inlay. And I'm probably wrong. Especially when I got to this perforated part up here, I was like, what the F was I thinking? And also I used way too much paint. I did not follow directions well and have the inlay go off the side here. Anyways, I just kind of dove into it after watching one video on how to do it. And I've been learning a lot along the way. So I thought I would share with you where I'm at and what I'm doing and why. So I was just going to toss this and start over because I thought it was so bad. And who knows, maybe I still will. I don't know. But I got to this point of frustration last night where I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. Excuse my language. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore about this thing. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want to it. And that's that. And once I had that thought go through my mind, it just opened up all possibilities again for this piece that I'm working on. At the very least, I will learn something about inlays and apply it to the next time I work with an inlay. And also, I'm reading this awesome book called 4,000 Weeks. And the author said something that really had me thinking. He has a part where he says, choose uncomfortable enlargement over comfortable diminishment whenever you can. Choose uncomfortable enlargement, that's this, over uncomfortable diminishment, which would be not working on anymore and throwing in the towel whenever you can. And so that's where I am today with you guys. I'm going to display some uncomfortable enlargement during a live. So here we go. I put the inlay on. I put the inlay on the wrong way, and a lot of paper so you put it down this way with the grid side up, but at some point along the way, I did this, and it's quite shocking to realize how stupid a mistake I made. And once I got over that, I was like, okay, how do I make this better? So I sanded off the paper fiber that was fluffing up all over the place. And I started experimenting here on the side with just kind of letting the roses, they're very pretty, but I kind of like it on this one at least. Reactivating the roses, reactivating the paint, and taking away these really well-defined lines right here, and kind of making it more painterly. So that is what I'm going to do here for a few minutes with you guys, and just kind of, I guess, keep talking along the way. So if you're just joining me, I am just here to show you how to approach your first inlay, which is with a lot of you know what I need to do, which is with a lot of patience and give yourself some time. I've started with a very small piece. I'm right now squirting down the paint, and I'm reactivating the inlay. And I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm blurring it up just a little bit. I'm trying to soften this a little bit. I probably used too much water there, but that's okay. So I'm just coming in here to smooth down the lines. I found through another little test area that when I do that, I can actually get some color into the cracks here to have some continuity, but I am changing this to a very painterly effect. And I'm not done with it after that. I've also was thinking that I need to, I think it needs a stamp or some gold embellishment or something like that. I'm actually just going to take up some of the water here. Yeah. So here we go. If you've done a paint inlay, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear what other people's experiences have been. I have actually liked this painting part and kind of blurring up the lines. I'm focusing on the green right now. I like putting in my own paintbrush strokes in there. It feels more touched by me, I guess, is the way of looking at it. So I got two paintbrushes here. I wanted to try this really skinny one for details, but then I'm kind of curious also what happens when I just go over a rose with the big brush. So I'll be trying that in a second. I just wanted to show you guys how you can add your own strokes in here and really make a piece your own. And perhaps that's a different way to look at the inlay instead of just setting it down and smoothing on it. And it is an amazing process, by the way. It's so much fun to peel back and see when you do it right. the inlay sticking to your whatever it is you're working on. It's really amazing. I'm putting together a tutorial around it. It'll be another fun tutorial. And with some special guests on it. And it'll be on this box right here too. So I don't know what the ending is just yet. So that could be pretty entertaining for all of you. If any of you guys have watched any of my other YouTube tutorials, I try and have a little bit of fun with them and bring some different characters to the table every time. All right, so do you see how I sprayed it with water. I reactivated the paint. And I'm just coming in and giving it some brush strokes. And I'm blending the paint a little bit more too. And I'm making some of the flowers bigger. There's actually a good amount of paint on the inlays. Let's see here. Let's get in here. I'm trying to bring that branch back down. Here we go, like that. I think I might have scared away some people with my F words. Sorry. But that's definitely a part of who I am. I've been known to drop the F-bomb a few times. All right. This is actually really relaxing and meditative. I thought it was going to be really boring. Well, maybe it's boring for you. I don't know, but yeah, let's see if I can get in here in the little crack. If I can't, it's okay. I'll figure out something else. But see, it's just enough pulling the paint over, kind of getting it in there. I think it works. Let's see. And in here too. Have it come up on the other side. Anybody here watching from the East Coast? My sister's in New York and it is snowing a lot. My best friend's in Virginia. I think they're supposed to get like over a foot where she's at. I'm really... So if you're watching, let me know in the comments what you think about what I'm doing here. I'm curious to know what other people think about not just what I'm doing, but like there are so many. There are like a lot of like the other IOD products. There are. It's not just one and done. How can you put your own spin onto something and create layers of layers so that you kind of get some more dimension here. It was really pretty with just the flat paint on it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad I messed up and that I am now kind of just having fun adding my own paintbrush to it and making it a little bit more mine. Let's see here. I would not want to do that for a big piece of furniture, that's for sure. But this little small one here with the Rose Chintz, it seems to kind of call for it. At least it did to me. All right, let's see, get in there. Hey guys, who's on? Who's watching? Where are you guys watching from? Anybody feel like chatting? I'm happy to keep talking, believe me. You can throw a comment in the message throw a message in the comment area and it'll show up here. All right, this paint is already drying up a little bit. When I move from like the very wet areas to the where I squirted a few minutes ago, the paint is already thickening up and drying again, which gives it different brushstroke reactions here. Let's see. I might have to squirt it again. Oh, you know what? Let's get in there. Can you guys see this okay? Whoops. Bring it up a little bit closer to the camera so you can kind of see where I squirted it. And you can see like right there, there's some leaves I haven't brush stroked yet and some roses. And then you can kind of see areas where I've gotten a little bit more painterly with it. I'm thinking I'll bring the camera down just a little bit. I'm going to do that so you guys can get a better look. All right. Come closer, camera. There. How does that look? Oops. Okay. I think that's close enough. Yeah. Well, let's go a little closer. All right. Let's try that. Well, maybe too close. Let's see. I kind of like that. That's taking up the whole camera from my perspective. All right, now let's paint it. Actually, is that light on? Yes, it is. Okay. I can't remember if I mentioned that I came in here and I sanded a lot of this back. So the black, I put on way too much black paint to in the beginning when I did a coat of blue paint and that was sitting around for a while, and then I came back and I put a coat of black paint on and then a second coat of black paint on where I put the inlay on top, and it was just too much paint. It was just too much black paint. It was very thick. Still is in some places. So I had to come back in and sand it down. All right, so I'm starting from the outside line of the leaf and I'm just kind of pulling the paint inward. And part of me is doing that because I want to fill in this crack right here a little bit. And then because when I pull away, it gives it kind of like a halo look, which is okay. I like the halo look too, but then here, let's do this. Here we go. Kind of try and get some definition in there. All right, so I've done some leaves for you. I'm going to try some of these rosebuds and let's see what that looks like. I'm going to start with this little one right here with my little brush. And like I mentioned, I'm going to try a bigger brush and see what that looks like. And this is where I'm getting really uncomfortable because I'm not sure what's going to happen. And if you're just joining, I started off with a quote from this book I'm reading called 4,000 Weeks. And the author said something today that got me back into my studio and working on this piece again. He said, choose uncomfortable enlargement over comfortable diminishment wherever you can. And he was talking about lots of different life situations like work and relationships. And another part of that message is if you choose what makes you happy, you're often in a very lured to like a very comfortable part of life, which is great. But are you enlarging yourself? Are you making yourself grow? And if that's important to you, perhaps think more about choosing things that make you uncomfortable, that enlarge you as a person. And I loved that. It made me feel like messing up on this project. It's actually coming back into the studio today and sharing with you is helping to enlarge my experience because I need to learn inlays. And if I were to just come in here and toss away this really messy thing and just try and hit the restart button, I wouldn't be learning much. So here I am, and I'm learning that I really like this. It's okay that I messed up. I'm learning how to put my own little spin on the inlays, my own little signature, and that's a good thing. All right, now I want to try a bigger brush on the big roses here. So buckle up. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to start out here. I may need to, let's see what happens when I just come in here and ease up the paint a little bit. Oh, look at that. It goes. I'm still just using a tiny part of the brush. I think it's just too big. Yeah, it's too big. Part of me just like wants to come in here and swirl this and see what happens. Do you think I should do that? Just like swirl over this rose? I'm going to do it. All right, let's see what happens. All right, swirl. If I just come over. See, I'm learning for you guys. It really blends it. They're really, I can kind of come in here, maybe get in that crack right in there. All right. Will you go in there? No, you will not. Let's see. I may need to come back in and add some highlights to that rose. It's nice and everything, but I do like I'm going to come back in with a small brush. I like just loosening it up just enough to give it some individual tiny brush strokes. I can't talk today. Brush strokes. I wear Invisaligns, and today is one of those days where my Invisalign is having a competition with my tongue to speak. All right. All right, let's see here. See how the paint's coming off a little bit there, but then I'm pulling some in from the outside of the petal. And now I'm going to get this rose to kind of meet in the middle. Come on. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to be adding some more to this. It's not just going to be the inlay and then that's it. It's going to need something else like gold wax. Could look really pretty on this. I was thinking about adding some molds to it, but then I think that would distract from the inlays. So what can I do to keep this still about the inlay and the focus on the inlay, but add something a little bit more? I'm not sure. I was thinking stamps, like tiny stamps, like from the Alphabelly stamp set. Like some little stamps in here could be really cute. Like, so, I don't know. All right, let's try this one right here. A little bit longer here. There we go. I also got these little holes along the way. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to do that. And cover that up. Go away, hole. All right. You see how when I went to the red and I brought it back over here, now let's pick that up. I want to come in here and just work this a little bit. There we go. Gonna offload some of my paint right here in the crack, which has some water in it. Come on, Sharon. Let's see here. I'm gonna soak that up a little bit because I don't want all that water drying in there. That'll look funky. I want a little bit more control over it. Yeah, I might just come in here with a little bit. Well, it's looking pretty good. See, like that green really carries over well, but this light color can't compete with the black, I don't think. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let's get in on this yellow area right here. Focus on that. Nice. And then I'm going to work on the red areas just a little bit. Break this up. Break up this dot. Break up this little petal piece over here. And there's a little piece of green in there. I think, there we go. Just inviting a little bit of the yellow on top of the green. That red still seems quite content to stay a dot. Let's get you to say hello to the yellow down there. Here we go. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's very painterly. It feels like it still needs a little bit more definition. I don't know. Maybe I undefined it too much. Who knows? Let's see here. Like that. All right. What should I paint next on here? Let's see. I want to work on these green leaves right here. You can kind of see, I don't think it's going to get fixed right there. You see that those two little lines that go across the leaf that just might have to stick around. But I'm just going to come in here and quickly hit the leaf, break up that definition just a little bit with my brush. So I've got a good amount to do here. I'm not going to do the whole thing on the live, don't worry. I'm making a tutorial out of this on the do's and don'ts with inlays. And I know for sure there'll be a lot of don'ts. One thing I can tell you for sure for a do is to enjoy the process. Even if it doesn't go the way that you plan, you can learn something from it and you can still make something beautiful if it doesn't go the way that you were picturing it initially. I think that's just one of the things I love about being an artist is nothing ever goes the way that I plan, but I always come out with something better than I had originally planned most of the time. Let's see here. Oops, shoot. Well, I'm going to come in and just, whoops, can I make that just a big leaf? There, get in there. This is just going to be kind of a green blob or some kind of stem. I'll figure it out. Let's see. We'll just suck up some of this right here. There, I'm bringing a little bit of definition back in with the edge of a paper towel. All right, we're going to finish this one little area right here, and then I'll have a nice before and after shot for a thumbnail for the video. See, I'm bringing some of this leaf back. There we go. Come on. Does anybody else ever talk to their artwork? Try to cajole it into doing something. I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's like when you're out in the garden, you're talking to your plants while you're trying to stake a tomato plant or something like that. Come on, let's do this. Get in there. I ordered 3 tomato plants from Burpee. I used to grow all mine from starters, and I would be obsessing over it this time of year, but I kind of gave up on that. It's just too much time. And last year, for the first time, I bought starters from Burpee. They showed up in the mail. I wanted to try some of their heirloom tomato plants, and they were amazing. I was like, I will never, it would take me years to get to doing something like this. I like my tomatoes. I don't want to worry about them dying because I didn't take care of them correctly. And so I bought 3 more heirlooms, and then we have a awesome, we're having it for the first time in 2 years. I guess we didn't have it for 2 years in a row, a plant vegetable sale in the area that I live in. And they closed down the streets, and the Boy Scouts have wagons, and basically you buy all your plants for your garden in your yard, and the Boy Scouts take your plants to a little holding area so you can buy as many as you want, and then they help you get them into your car. And then you go home with a lot of plants, and you wonder, what the heck was I thinking when I bought 50 plants? That's what I'll do this year. All right, I'm almost done with this little area that I wanted to show you guys. So I'm about to sign off unless you guys have any questions or anything like that or comments. Excuse me, losing my voice. There we go. Yep, so I'm going to keep doing this to the whole treasure chest, and then I'm going to figure out along the way what my next step will be to add another layer here. I'm thinking it's going to be something from the alpha bellies, just a little pattern, non-competing pattern, but a fun little extra something to bring it all together. All right. Well, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks for joining me. Please let me know if you were on the replay, what you watched, what you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And this weekend, I'm having a free shipping on my website if you are a if you are a subscriber. So you can subscribe and get free shipping on IOD products. But whatever, I'm just glad you're here to keep me company and give me feedback and watch my videos and learn about art and hopefully a little bit about life as well, and overcoming any kind of barriers that you may have in your artwork. I say just go for it. Go for the uncomfortable enlargement that doing art or other things that pleases you do, but maybe you're a little bit nervous to try. Don't be scared about messing up. You can always figure out a way to absorb it, make it better, and find a way to bring that enhancement out of the original intention that you're going in there with. So, all right, that's it for me today. Have a great weekend. Peace out.